I really want to touch on your school store. And I'm probably jumping the gun a little bit. I know there's a lot of other things we can discuss.
We can bounce as much as you want.
Sweet. So when I went, you had a school store, 3D printers running, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then you talked about, yeah, like that's all the kids. So I would love for you to break down how that came about, what it is. Please tell me the story again.
One of the things we wanted to develop in education was applied learning, right? Not just you go to school and you learn abstract concepts and do worksheets, but you can actually see how those things translate into functional living. And we had already conceptualized like a STEM center and a culinary center to give like, this is what school looks like at home, and this is what school looks like in community. And there was this odd alcove in our front admin space that I had planned to be like a storage closet. And I started doing tours for our school, Garrett, and I can admit this today, and I just bless all the parents that gave us the faith and trust they did in the stage we were, but we were touring the school while we were under construction. Like literally it was an empty shell, and I'm telling parents, there's gonna be a wall here, and this is gonna be a classroom, and we're explaining this vision of the model, but in a space that I would never have trusted my kid in, and yet these parents are walking through. And one day I'm looking at this little alcove, and I just had this vision of a storefront. I'm like, oh, and this is going to be a store. And it just was born out of a tour. And it was this fluke thought that hit me. And the more I thought on it, the more it grew. And so we use the Polaris stores as a learning center. And I would say it's in its infancy. The idea was any teacher, any class, whether it's a kindergartner or a 10th grader, can be working on math or science or any functional skill, and then the teacher can go, well, let me show you what that looks like in business. This is what addition looks like in a store. This is what multiplication, and it's in fun ways, right? We can do inventory management. We can teach them data and spreadsheets, which is functional, but we can also teach them design and innovation. What do we want to sell in the store? And how do you come up with those ideas? How do you market it? How do you analyze back-end margins and do analysis? So that's teaching them critical thinking and study and executive function with applied math and ELA. I mean, it's everything school's built for, but in an environment that they get to explore.